Good morning. Welcome to Botany NEET online classes. Today I am going to talk about the one of the important topic in morphology of flowering plants, gynoecium, right? Gynoecium is female reproductive organ of a flower, female reproductive organ of a flower, and this is otherwise called pistil. This is otherwise called, because of presence of only pistil in those flowers, we can call them as pistillate flowers. That means pistillate flowers are nothing but they are female flowers. They represent female flowers in case of unisexuality. In case of bisexuality, both will be present. Androecium and gynoecium both will be present in case of bisexual flowers. In case of unisexuality, separately we can call them these female flowers as pistillate flowers due to presence of pistil in them alone. Right. Now, this pistil is composed by leaf-like structures which are called carpels. Carpels. See, each carpel has three parts. Each carpel has three parts. What are the three parts? The basal swollen part, which is called a ovary. Basal swollen part, which is called ovary. Ovary is connected to the receptive part of pollen grains, which is called stigma. Stigma through a long slender-like structure, which is known as style. So these are the three parts are present with the carpel. Suppose if carpels are united in a flower will be called a syncarpous gynoecium. Syncarpous gynoecium. If carpels are united in a flower will be called syncarpous gynoecium. Suppose if carpels, that means these are united. They are not free. United. See, example for this united, we can keep MT. M means mustard. T means tomato. Or even you can also include cucurbita. So these are the example for syncarpous gynoecium. Syncarpous gynoecium means the carpels are fused, united. Suppose if carpels are free, will be called apocarpous gynoecium. Apocarpous gynoecium. Now, example for this apocarpous gynoecium, MMLR means Michaelia, Magnolia, Lotus, and Rose are the example for this apocarpous gynoecium. Now, these carpels are otherwise called megasporophylls. This is the other term is used for this carpels. This is about this. Now, based on the number of carpels, we can have different types of gynoecium. What are those? Let us go for the number of carpels. The first one is based on number of carpels, gynoecium would be called in a different way. To remember the type and example, I'll keep a code like monocarpellary DP, monocarpellary DP, bicarpellary SS, tricarpellary LG, pentacarpellary H, multicarpellary MAR. So these are the based code we can keep like this for remembering in a easy way without getting any confusion. Mostly with examples, most of the students are getting confusion. So to avoid it, if you practice this one, you may not get a confusion, right? And look at here the types. The first one is MC means monocarpellary. Means if single carpel is present in such gynoecium will be called monocarpellary gynoecium. Monocarpellary gynoecium. This monocarpellary gynoecium example DP, as I told you, not DP. DP means digital photo. D for Dolichos. D for Dolichos. Dolichos is nothing but SEM. Means bean. Means commonly called as bean. And P is botanically it is called as Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum. So in these are the example for monocarpellary gynoecium. That means single carpel is present. Only one carpel is present in such gynoecium will be called monocarpellary gynoecium. Example Dolichos and P are the example for this one, this category. And the next one is bicarpellary gynoecium. Bicarpellary gynoecium. Bicarpellary gynoecium. Example sunflower solanum or the example for this. Sunflower solanum are the example for this bicarpellary. So here in this carpel there are two carpels are present. In this gynoecium there are two carpels are present. That's why this gynoecium will be called bicarpellary gynoecium. That will be seen in sunflower solanum. Sunflower solanum. And the next one is tricarpellary. Tricarpellary gynoecium. Tricarpellary gynoecium. So this tricarpellary gynoecium. So example for tricarpellary gynoecium, lily is belonging to monocot and gloriosa. So in this we have seen tricarpellary gynoecium. That means the carpel is composed with gynoecium is composed with three number of carpels. Gynoecium is composed with three number of carpels. That's why it is called a tricarpellary. And the next one is pentacarpellary. Pentacarpellary means the number of carpels are 5 in number, right? That gynoecium is called pentacarpellary gynoecium. Pentacarpellary gynoecium. Example for this, hibiscus China rose. Hibiscus China rose or the example for this pentacarpellary. The next one is last one, multicarpellary gynoecium. This multicarpellary gynoecium, here we have seen the number of carpels more than 5 are present. That means 6 and above. If such number of carpels are present in a flower, will be called a multicarpellary gynoecium. Example for this is mustard Abutilon, rose, mustard, abutilon, rose, or the multicarpellary gynoecium that we have seen in this category. So these are the different types with the examples. That is about based on number of carpels we have different categories. Monocarpellary gynoecium, Dolichos or P or the example for this. Bicarpellary gynoecium, sunflower and solanum are the example for that. Tricarpellary gynoecium, lily and glorious are the example for this. Pentacarpellary gynoecium, hibiscus, China rose are the example for this one. And multicarpellary gynoecium, mustard, abutilon and rose are the example for this one. So these are the multicarpellary, that means the number of carpels are more than 5. If number of carpels are more than 5 are present, then it will be known as multicarpellary gynoecium. This is about a number of carpels, based on number of carpels, right? And now we are going to talk about the next topic of this one, that is yes. Now look at here. Then another one is placenta. Placenta. What is placenta? In the ovary, there is a cushion-like tissue is present. So that cushion-like tissue where the ovules are attached, that structure is called a placenta. Placenta is a flattened cushion-like, a soft tissue present in ovary, to which ovules are attached. That tissue is called placenta. Placenta is present in the ovary, where ovules will be attached. Ovules are nothing but future seeds. Ovary is nothing but a future fruit, right? Like that, we have a tissue which is called placenta, and here we have discussed about the arrangement of ovules in placenta of a ovary is called placentation. The arrangement of ovules in placenta, over placenta in an ovary is known as placentation. We have different types of placentation. To remember them in an easy way, just keep a code like one is MP, marginal placentation, not member of parliament, marginal placentation, and example DP means Dolichos and P or the example for this first category. And the second category AP, Andhra Pradesh. Like that we have to keep a code like AP means axial placentation. The example for this one is HLT. That means hibiscus, China rose, lemon, tomato, or the example for this axial placentation. The next one is Papa Rao MA, degree. Papa Rao's degree is MA. So like that we have to keep code. PP, parietal placentation, MA, mustard and archimon. Mustard and archimon are the example for this category. Mustard and archimon are the example for this category. And the next one is face photo DP. FCP DP. Dianthus and primrose. Free central placentation. Example D. Dianthus primrose. Next one is, when sunflower got married with marigold, sunflower got BP. So that means BP SM. That means sunflower and marigold. Example for basal placentation. Like this we have to keep a code for in a easy way to remember them, right? And the arrangement of ovules over placenta in a ovary is known as placentation. We have different types of placentation. So what are the different types of placentation? The first one is marginal placentation, MP. Marginal placentation, MP. Marginal placentation. See, example for this one is Dolichos and P are the example for this. In this marginal placentation, actually the placenta in a ovary, the placenta will be formed as a ridge along the side of ventral. It will be like a suture. Suture means stitching like structure. That's why it is called a ventral suture. So towards the ventral side, the placenta will be formed as a ridge and looking like a ventral suture, means a suture like structure. That means that's why which is present towards the ventral side. That's why it is called ventral suture. Over this, future seeds, ovules, will be arranged in two rows. This type of placentation will be called a marginal placentation that we have seen it. See, marginal placentation means the placenta will be formed as a ridge along the ventral side of the ovary, where future seeds will be placed in two rows, will be known as a marginal placentation. So that we have seen in Dolichos and P. That is a marginal placentation. The next one is axial placentation. So to remember it in a easy way, AP, HBT or HLT. Example. See, example, hibiscus, lemon, and tomato. So what is axial placentation? Axial placentation means in the multiloculary ovary. What is that? In multiloculary ovary. That means multilocular. Locule means chamber. How many chambers are present? There are multi chambers are present in the ovary. So that's why it is called multiloculary ovary. In the multiloculary ovary, the placenta will be formed at the center center of the ovary where the adjacent carpels are fused, will be known as axial placentation. So this is the multilocular ovary. The placenta will be formed as a ridge where the adjacent carpels are meet at a point, will be called it as multicarpellary ovary. This is the multicarpellary ovary. This is the multicarpellary ovary. The adjacent carpels are fused or meet at a point towards the center where the placenta will be formed. Over this placenta, future seeds are get arranged. This type of placentation will be called axial placentation. This type of placentation is called axial placentation. Axial placentation. So this type of placentation we have seen in hibiscus, lemon and tomato. If you cut the tomato or lemon, you can see the center point that the seeds will be get arranged. Each seed is represented ovule in earlier days in a primitive condition. After maturity, ovule is transforming into seed. This type of placentation will be called axial placentation. The next one is Paparao ME. Like Paparao's degree, that is ME. We can keep like that code, right? Parietal placentation. So example, mustard and argemone. Examples are very important to be remembered, right? So this is parietal placentation, mustard, argemone. Parietal placentation means here it is the ovary. So inside this, the ovules are present on the inner wall. The ovules are present on the inner wall where the adjacent carpels are meet. Will be called parietal placentation. The placenta will be present on the inner wall.